When solving this trig equation, we need to think about the fact that we've got different trig functions. So we could use tan theta equals sine theta over cos theta, but because we've got a squared trig function, that's usually indicative that we need to use the first of the two Pythagorean identities, which is cos squared theta plus sine squared theta equals 1. Now we've got a sine theta. Okay, we have a choice about whether to replace the sine squared theta or the cos squared theta, but we've got a sine theta and that's going to be there at the end, so it would be nice if we had the sine squared theta with it, so therefore we're going to replace the cos squared theta. So cos squared theta is 1 minus sine squared theta. So if we replace that, we're going to find that we can replace the cos squared theta in the question. So 7 sine squared theta plus 1 equals 3 1 minus sine squared theta minus sine theta. Ensure that you put this in brackets, otherwise you can have problems. So if we expand those brackets now, 7 sine squared theta plus 1 equals 3 minus 3 sine squared theta minus sine theta. So if we move everything to the side that's going to make the squared term positive, that will be the left. We've got 10 sine squared theta plus sine theta minus 2 equals 0. And just spend a moment just checking to make sure you've got that correct, because it will be crucial to the rest of the question. So now if we scan through this, there are no common factors, so we're going to factorise straight away to 2. It's usually the two closest factors together, so I'll anticipate there's going to be 2 and 5. And then to get the 2 there, it must be 1 times 2, and with a little bit of investigation you see that it's 1 there, 2 there, and we've got 5 when you multiply these two out and 4 when you multiply the other two out, so this one must be positive and that one must be negative. So 2 sine theta plus 1 equals 0. So sine theta is minus a half, or 5 sine theta minus 2 equals 0. So sine theta equals 2/5. So now we need to work out the acute angle, ignoring any negative signs there. So theta will be inverse sine of a half, which comes out to be 30 degrees on our calculators, and theta is inverse sine of 2/5, which comes out to be 23.58. Okay, so we're going to look for answers in the range 0 to 360. So sine, we're looking at where sine is negative for the first one. So A, S, T, C. Sine is negative in this quadrant and in this quadrant. So we're going to measure that angle and that angle. So from that, theta will equal 210 degrees and 330 degrees. From the other one, we're looking at where sine is positive, which is there and there. So it will be 23.58 degrees, and 180 less 23.58 degrees, which is 156.42 degrees for the final answer. And we're looking for angles in the range 0 to 360, and that's exactly what we found, so that will be the end of the question.